Welcome friends to another video, welcome to another review, and today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection, and this is actually my favorite aquatic fragrance. From the house of Tower comes Phtaloblue, a fragrance that was created in 2020 by Andy Tower that features a very interesting composition with a lot of ingredients, but a very complex scent itself, because this one isn't only aquatic, isn't only marine, it's also green, it's also herbal, it's also aromatic, it's also woody and ozonic. This is, if you want, the best representation of a storm on the sea. Imagine that you are sitting on a huge cliff near a forest, watching or overlooking the sea on a very stormy day. This is what Phtaloblue manages to do every single time that I sense it. Let's talk about the composition, because it's quite interesting and you have a lot of interesting ingredients inside, starting with fennel. We also get bergamot, lavender and Sicilian lemon. We get in the heart herbal notes, orange blossom and geranium, and in the base we get tonka, cedar, sea notes and amber. So quite an interesting composition, and it's a very powerful fragrance at the same time, because this one, at least on my skin, features a very powerful presence. It has a very good longevity, monstrous projection and sillage. And it's a fragrance that I enjoyed wearing in cooler months, in wintertime for example, but also especially throughout summertime, because it's very refreshing, it's very uplifting, it's very invigorating, it's very manly at the same time, and it simply manages to shine throughout hot weather but also throughout cooler weather. I had no issues wearing this fragrance throughout wintertime or in spring for that matter, as I didn't have any issues wearing it throughout hot summer days. Phtaloblue describes a color pigment that's used mostly by artists, so it's something very familiar to painters, for example. And as you can see, also the bottle represents quite exactly what you actually imagine when smelling this fragrance, because it will make you feel, as I said in the beginning of this video, that you are overlooking the sea in a stormy day, but it can also make you think about the abyss under the sea, to think about the depths of the ocean, for example. It starts off very strong, very powerful, with that beautiful accord created by the fennel combined with the lavender and also with the citruses, and afterwards becomes a little bit more greener, herbal if you want. Then it turns into something very aquatic, like imagine the waves of the sea crashing on the cliffs, and afterwards it becomes ozonic. You kind of sense or feel, if you want, the saltiness in the air, which is very present if you are somewhere near the sea. And I truly enjoy this type of representation. Basically this and Mega Mare from Orto Parisi are my two most favorite aquatic fragrances, but unfortunately for Mega Mare, I do prefer Phtaloblue a lot more. Mainly because this one to me feels a lot more natural compared to Mega Mare. Mega Mare has that typical Orto Parisi signature, which is the javanol note, which is a substitute for sandalwood, and it's present in all their fragrances. And sometimes it becomes a bit screechy, it becomes a bit too much, and also quite a bit too synthetic for my taste. Therefore, I prefer Phtaloblue for its ability to portray a more natural scent, something that I can relate to when I'm thinking about the sea. And I truly love it and truly appreciate it, because in my honest opinion and my humble opinion, this is a true masterpiece by Andy Tower. It's such a beautiful scent that fills you with energy, that makes you actually to have the impression that you are actually on a beach watching the sea. It's a very good fragrance for a more mature audience. I wouldn't recommend this one being worn by younger crowds, especially if they are not very familiarized with notes such as fennel, because that's a tricky note in perfumery. And as I said, this is a manly fragrance. Although it's marketed as a unisex fragrance, I wouldn't actually see a woman wearing this one. I don't believe that it's suited for a woman's skin. Nonetheless, they can try it, they can actually enjoy it, and why not love it. But as a man, I highly recommend this one for a man. Very good performance, as I said. This is a very strong, very potent fragrance, very long lasting, with huge projection and incredible sillage. It attracts compliments if you are interested in this, and it's a fragrance, as I said, that's best suited for an all year round wearing. Therefore, if you love aquatics, if you love aromatics, if you love, I don't know, ozonic fragrances, if you love this type of fragrances but with a twist, I highly recommend that you give Phtaloblue a try. I never recommend blind buying. First, go ahead, purchase a sample, test it on your own skin, and afterwards decide if it's better for you to purchase a full bottle or not. This is Phtaloblue from Tower. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for your time. See you in the next one. Be safe, be good, peace.